These two counties separated not only physically, but also in terms of any major football. And before that, it's the second of the minor hurling semi-finals. Derry take on Kilkenny to see who'll be meeting Tipperary in the final. Well, it's a big day on Sunday for Down, of course. Their first All-Ireland semi-final since 1981. But mind you, Kerry haven't been in the last four since the mid-80s, so they'll be looking forward to this day with equal anticipation. However, for the Down fans, the summer of '91 has seen their team finally deliver on the promise of so many Ulster Championships over the past decade. And for some of those involved, that success is already bringing its rewards. During the week, team manager Peter McGrath was honoured in Belfast when he received the Monthly Merit Award for July. Presented by the Ulster GA Writers and Bass Ireland, it was in recognition of Down's success in the Northern Championship, highlighted by their win over defending champions Donegal in the final. Final and a happy task I'm sure you've faced over the last week or two as well.
Yes, very, very glad to be in an All-Ireland semi-final. 10 years since the Down team won an Ulster title, so whereas it is very hard work and very time consuming, the fact that the players are so keen and so committed to the task, and the fact that within the county itself there is a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of euphoria, it has made the task that much easier.
Of all the northern teams, Down probably have the strongest tradition in Gaelic football. But for the last 10 years, where have Down been?
I think over this past 10 years, Down have had good teams in terms of football ability. Teams that were laced with talented, skillful players. When it came to the cut and thrust of championship, year after year, they failed to deliver. And as well as that, year after year, Down teams were made favourites. This year, we were not favourites. We weren't even rated to get past the first round. And this helped take the pressure off the team. And after the first game, the team grew in confidence, and we've gone from strength to strength.
Well, certainly from a confidence point of view, Down should not be lacking, because all the way through the championship in Ulster, you've been improving and improving all the time.
Yes, our championship progress has been gradual, and the graph has been an upward one. Against Ironman, the first game we had to battle very, very hard to get through. The quality of football wasn't good, but it was simply a test of character, and we came through. In the Derry matches, the semi-finals, we played a replay, and in the first game we played well for about 45 minutes, then fell away badly. In the second game we maintained our performance right through the 70 minutes, and in the final against Donegal we produced probably our best performance to date, which is something that we can build on.
Do you think that replay might be a help in its own way? It's given you that extra match because
it worked out well for us in terms of matches and the sequence of matches.
This Kerry team, of course, has players in the side that are experienced in Croke Park. That could be important.
Yes, Croke Park to Kerry obviously is like a home venue. They haven't been there for 5 years, okay, but for the past 15 years they have been the team that has gripped the imagination of all GA followers in all of Ireland. And the name itself would certainly bring to people's minds, you know, the fantastic football they played throughout the 70s and up to the mid-80s. But having said all of that, we in Down like to think we've got a tradition as well, stretching back maybe a wee bit further into the 60s, and unfortunately it hasn't been maintained during the 70s or the 80s, but we're very keen to start or restart our tradition here and to put Down back on the map in All-Ireland terms.
Well, they have the chance to go a long way in achieving that aim on Sunday. The man who had the honour of accepting the Ulster Cup after that victory over Donegal was Paddy O'Rourke, the team captain and centre-back. And we spoke during the week about the past decade of disappointment for Down's faithful followers. And I asked him what has made the difference this year.
Well, I think first of all we got things went well for us this year. We got a couple of lucky breaks. We could have been out of the Ulster Championship but get Derry. Ross Carr scored a very, very late equaliser, and we won the replay. So I think any year, you need to get a few breaks, and this year we got them.
Now, most people would have tipped Donegal this year, I think, at the beginning of the summer to retain that Ulster title, but you took them on in the final and beat them, and that was another impressive performance.
Yeah, we probably went into the Ulster final as underdogs. Donegal were the more experienced team, and I think maybe the pressure got them a wee bit, and we liked the underdogs tag, and we played well in the Ulster final.
It really is an unusual thing, Paddy, to see Kerry in an All-Ireland semi-final without really knowing what their true form is. Have you been studying Kerry yourself?
I feel that they're an exceptionally good team. Looking at them on video, they seem to be an extremely hungry team, a group of players that are really looking for success. And they've got this hunger backed up with 4 or 5 very experienced players, and we would see them as very difficult opposition.
The fact that they weren't very highly rated earlier in the year, and they did struggle in the Munster final against Limerick for long periods, would probably make Down favourites with this semi-final. Does that bother you?
No, I wouldn't say they were bother us. I don't accept that we are favourites for the semi-final. I feel Kerry's experienced players, the amount of All-Ireland medal holders that they have in their panel must install them as favourites. But I don't really think they struggled in the Munster final. They done a lot of scoring, and I think they didn't mind maybe Limerick scoring a few, because they always knew that they could get a few back.
Are you confident you can do it on Sunday?
I wouldn't say I'm confident that we can do it. We're going there to give it our best shot, and you know, a lot of Ulster teams have gone there and have failed to do it, and we're hoping that we can go there and win.
A Down team, which won 3 All-Irelands in the 60s, remarkably hasn't been in the final for the past 22 years. Will 1991 be different? Well, the full-back on the current team, Conor Deegan, will hardly remember their last success in 1968, just a baby at the time. He's now entrusted with one of the key positions in the present side. And there will be pressure and responsibility to shoulder on Sunday. I asked him if he was looking forward to it.
Yes, it'll be a tremendous experience for myself. I was there in '87 with the minors, but again, the minor level is completely different to senior level, and I'm looking forward to it immensely.
And I'm sure, Conor, that the family are looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, well, it has created a great buzz within the family. It's bringing my father back, I suppose, a few memories from 30 years ago, and well, 2 younger brothers. They're both good footballers. Everybody's looking forward to it.
Looking to Down's chances on Sunday, the Kerry team, do you know what their real form is? Because they played well against Cork, but then a bit dodgy against Limerick.
It's hard to assess their true form. Against Cork, they were very, very good, totally committed, wanted to win the match very badly. And against Limerick, you know, let it slip somewhat. And their defence, well, leaking a few goals, which hopefully we will exploit too. But I don't think, you know, I don't know the true potential, and only on Sunday will we know properly.
One of the big differences between you, Conor, is that Kerry have been there before, some of those players, and they would be the difference perhaps in guiding them through the match.
Yes, well, experience will be vital, especially at the semi-final stage of the All-Ireland. Something I'm sure Kerry will exploit. Very few of us have been there before. Kerry with Jack O'Shea, Pat Spillane, Charlie Nelligan, they've all been there and they've done it, and they will be a great help to their own players, the younger players, and they'll be as eager to win it as we will. You know, they're going to come out fighting as we will, and just the best team on the day will come through.
Well, I suppose that's all anyone can hope for. Who will be the best team on the day? Well, the general consensus is that it will be Down. It seems strange to have doubts about Kerry's credentials in an All-Ireland semi-final, but perhaps we need to be convinced. There's no question about it, though. Cork were well and truly convinced on June 16th when they found that Kerry may be down, but they're never out. Well, Sunday's clash with Down will answer that one. In the Masters Leagues for the over 40s, the hurling competition's nearing a